Okay, so we'll all get started. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me for chair yoga. I'd like you to sit, if you possibly can, where you're about mid-chair so that you're not leaning back in the chair back unless you need that for your support. But if you sit up on your own, then you're engaging your core muscles. It's just bringing a little more awareness to your body and space. Ideally, the knees are more or less above your ankles so that your feet are flat on the ground in their natural, vertical shin. Rest your hands on your lap, and we're just going to get started with breathing first and foremost. So once you feel comfortable in your seat, let your palms rest on the tops of your thighs. Draw your shoulders up by your ears just to elongate the sides of your waist. In fact, even kind of walk them up a little bit higher. And then let those shoulders drop down, 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 down. And as you drop your shoulders down, feel like your neck is elongating. And then I'll invite you, if you're comfortable enough, to close your eyes, just so you can really take that gaze and bring it into what we call an internal gaze. So the external world becomes so distracting. And yoga is really all about your internal world. It's about your body. It's about your thoughts. It's about your breathing. It's about your mood. So that whole package, it's a complete package, uniting all of those parts of you. And we'll get started by just slowing down our breath. So if you can, with your eyes closed, together, we'll take a 4-count inhale. So breathe in for 4 counts, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold. And we're breathing through our nose, by the way. And then a long, slow exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do that a few times. Inhale, just slow down and focus on breathing, nothing else. 3, 2, 1, hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to change it up, but still breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for the count of 2. 1 and 2. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2 counts and 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty 2, then 1. Couple more times in 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding 2 counts. Exhale, empty, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty those 2. Again, in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 2. One more time. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab another sip of air through your nose. We're going to hold a little longer. See if you can hold here. Just seal it up, feeling that buoyancy in your lungs. Keep those eyes closed. Be as relaxed as you can. And then try not to let that air gush as you slowly exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, holding empty a little longer. Just see what you can do with that. And then keeping your eyes closed, just take nice deep fluid breaths, a couple of rounds of breathing on your own. The idea here is just to take that focus really into how you're feeling, how that breath is working, and just bringing you into this present moment of your breath and the here and the now. A couple more breaths with your eyes closed. And now next time you take an inhale, stretch your arms all the way out wide and go up over your shoulders. Palms face each other, just reaching up, 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 tall as you can make it. And then applying the pressure of your palms to touch together and just sliding your hands down to your heart center. Nice. And we'll place our hands on our lap, gently sit up a little bit taller, maybe realign your feet if you got a little loose in your feet. And we're going to start to turn our head just to the right and to the left, gently, shaking it like a very slow no. If you can just isolate the sensation for your neck, we'll do a multiple of things here. Some things we're gonna isolate one little small body part or one bigger small body part, and then we'll start to integrate different movements. So starting with the basics with your neck, side to side. Now, next time you're looking right, stay there looking right, and take your right shoulder and draw a big circle up and around and back. And then now look to the left and draw a big circle up and around and back. And then we'll do them both at the same time. As you look right, circle your right shoulder back. As you look left, circle your shoulder back. And then just kind of keep that rhythm, starting to just kind of circle and without even stopping, so that one shoulder is rolling, you're looking. If you can look at me, I'm actually tilting one shoulder down, and I'm getting a little bit of my rib cage to move, and just find your own kind of natural rhythm. I like it. See if you can kind of even turn your waist a little bit to the right and left. So we're maybe sliding a little bit on your seat and just getting a little bit of that movement. And then we're going to keep that going. Put your hands on your shoulders. And it's like you're doing a backstroke with a little chicken wing here. Just rolling those arms back and forth. That's it. Big backstroke. See if you can get your elbow to go more vertical to the sky versus just out diagonally, so that you really have to turn your waist. Get a couple more of those going. Maybe you can make them a little bit bigger. And then after you get that left one circling back one more time, both arms just sitting still with your hands still on your shoulders, just touching your fingers to your shoulders, and then begin to turn right and left. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. You want your feet planted on the ground so that your hips don't move too much. They're going to move a little tiny bit, but we don't want them slipping around, because when the hips move, then the lower back doesn't have an anchor to be safe on this movement. And if you can, make it go a little faster. Maybe even getting a little crack out of your vertebra, your little own personal chiropractic adjustment. And then once you've got, let's go for 4 more. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and then 1. And then now stretch both your arms straight up over your head. Really tall stretch. Good. And be careful, Carol, with the side of your chair. We're all going to reach the right arm down. If you can grab either the bottom of your chair leg, or something to hold on to, and start to take a nice deep side bend. Going to stay with the right arm as it is. Just float that left arm down like you're going to touch the left side of your chair, and then bring it back up. So it's kind of like we're fanning. Just keep going with that. So we're just easy moving into the shoulder. Just nice fanning motion. So it's a side bend. It's a little bit of movement on the shoulder. That's it. Couple more of those. Just like we're doing a little big hello to somebody way out in the distance. And then just grab one more and hold that one more breath. Really stretch that left side as you're leaning to your right. One big stretch up. And then we're going to bring both arms straight back up as you come upright, and take it to the other side. Let your left arm come down. Hold on to your chair somewhere where you're comfortable. Start to lean into the left side. Give yourself that grace to start to feel it out. We're not in any rush. All of our movements nice and slow and careful. And then we'll begin that fanning action. Drop the arm down. Give it a little sway. And just so you know, as I'm leaning away from that left side, I'm letting my hand come off my chair so I can get a little more movement. But I feel secure in my seat doing that. You want to feel secure first, and then test your limits from there. And then maybe you can make it go a little bit bigger. Maybe you hear a little crackly crunchy of the fascia, which is the connective tissue in our body. Covers every single cell we have. And it energizes when we move it. And you might feel a little buzzing when you get moving. Let's go one more of that. We'll hold. Stretch it way over. Now you're just going as far as you can possibly go, getting a very big old stretch. Excellent. Bringing those both arms up over your shoulders. Big stretch up. You're as tall in your posture as you can. Touch your palms. Bring your hands down to your heart center. Take your right hand and reach around and grab to the back of your chair. And then your left arm is going to go across your thigh. So I'm just going to cup over my right thigh and hold onto that thigh. Then sitting up super tall, use my arms to start to rotate to the right. I'm looking to the right as well. As far as I can go with my chin to the right shoulder. If that feels uncomfortable on your neck, this should not be uncomfortable. You can just look straight forward with your chin, or if you even want to try something different, you can look to the left shoulder. So find out for yourself. We're all going to feel different in our bodies. And the only way you know what feels right is just trying a couple of things, picking your best option. Take one more breath, sit up a little bit taller. Maybe use your arms to twist a little deeper. And we're going to bring the arms up overhead to change to the other side. So big sweep of those arms. Reach for the back of your left chair, the left chair side of your chair. Your right arm circles across your thigh. Sit up super tall and then turn your torso to the left, looking over the left shoulder, maybe looking straight forward, or maybe looking over your right shoulder. Pick your favorite spot that feels best in your body, where you can take nice, deep, fluid breaths. You don't feel like you're gasping. You don't feel like you're catching your breath, and for certain, not holding that breath. Nice fluid breaths is the best we can do in these poses. One more here. And then we'll stretch those arms straight up overhead. Now open your arms out wide and even arch back. If you can let your head drop back, looking at the sky. And then now cross your elbows, giving yourself a hug, and tuck your chin into your chest. And then we'll inhale, open up, head up. And now change the crossing of your elbows as you bring your arms back, tuck your chin in. And a big inhale, big stretch up like good morning. Change the crossing, big hug to myself, reaching for my shoulder blades. Inhale, head up, look up. Exhale, hug myself, squeeze down, round my back a little. We're going to do one more each side. Inhale, up we go. Exhale, tuck it under. Inhale, big stretch up. Exhale, tuck it under. This time when you reach your arms up, go around behind your back and either hold your chair. Maybe you can catch your fingers behind the back of your chair, interlacing your fingers. If you want to scoot back to get your hands to hold on to something, do that. Try to arch your back, drop your head back so you're looking back up at the ceiling. And this is where we get to make funny faces. Nobody's looking at you because we're all looking up. Just start to open your mouth really wide. Stick out your tongue. Maybe move your tongue to the right and left of your mouth. Open and close your lips. Wiggle your nose. Cross your eyes. Do anything you can. Furrow your brow up and down with those eyebrows. Try to get every muscle you can think of moving in your face. And just let's do that for a couple more moments. You can relax your face now. Lift your chest a little bit. Find a little bit bigger of a back bend. And then now release your arms. Circle them back and hold the front of your knees. And then now I'm going to turn sideways. You stay where you are, but so you can see, I would like you to round your back. So if you need to scooch a little forward on your chair because the chair back is in your way, then scooch a little forward. Tuck your chin and let the back of your head hang. And your arms are holding you. So let your arms be a little active here. So this is called a cat pose. Think how a Halloween cat arches its back when it's standing on its all fours and you're really rounding the back. And then now use your hands to pull your chest up. Stick your belly up like it's sagging forward, drawing your shoulder blades back, and you're arching your back in the other direction. And think like a cow, where a cow is standing and its belly is sagging. And we're going to go back and forth between those two, linking the breath. Exhale, it's cat. Inhale, it's cow. Lift your head for that. Exhale, we're cat. So we're moving the vertebra of the spine in each direction. Inhale, it's cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And let's just get one more. See if you can make it a little bit bigger than your last couple of ones. Exhale, cat. Last time. Inhale, cow. And then you can come back up to a neutral seat. Walk your feet out a little wider and scooch just a little bit closer to the edge of your chair, just so you can get your knees to open up. And then we're gonna, lean on your right elbow on your right thigh. Nice, everybody. Try to keep your chest lifted so you're not collapsed. You're engaged through your core. Reach that left arm as far away from your right knee as you can. So your right knee and your left hand are kind of on one diagonal. Reach it way up. Maybe let your head look in that direction. Use that as an inhale to stretch up. And on the exhale, reach down with that left arm and just like tap your lower leg on your right side. And then we're going to go back and forth. So kind of like a bow and arrow, just down and back, up and back. Do a few of those. Inhale when you go up. Exhale when you rotate down. Keep doing this with your breath and see if you can make this be more about the spine moving to the right and to the left than the shoulder and the arm moving. Good. Taking one more. And now next time your left arm is extended up again, keep it there, but now take your right leg and stretch it out. If you can't get your heel on the ground, just scoot your butt up. And we're still leaning into that right side. We're going to do the same thing, but your right leg is straight. Stretch that left arm up. Now reach down towards maybe your calf. Just so it's a little bit bigger of a movement. Same thing, just a little bigger. If it's too much, I'm going to remind you what Wendy said. Opt out of something, take a break, or go back to the last thing that we were doing if that feels a little more comfortable. Notice your breath. Are you getting panty? Can you keep it nice and smooth? We're going to do one more time. And this time when your left arm ends up back at your right foot, take your left leg and bring it towards you a little bit. So now you can fold over your right leg. Just bow down, let your chin tuck, and just we're holding there. Little bend in your right knee is perfectly fine. Taking your left arm on your left knee, if you need a little more support, is another way to do that. Just want to feel that the back of your right leg is getting a stretch, and maybe even your lower back is getting a stretch. I'm just going to stay here and breathe. And that is sometimes the hardest thing to do, is being still, because life comes at us so fast. We want to participate. We want to be doing things. But this class, this practice is about slowing down and just being present. So slow down, feel your breath, allow your body to start getting that stretch. See if you can, what they call surrender. Just be there, feeling instead of doing. Take one more breath. And then any way you can get yourself upright, just climb your way up your legs. Taking those feet, stepping them out wide so it's like a little bit of a straddle squat here. Gonna take it all on the other side. Lean down on your left elbow, but try to drop your elbow, your shoulder from your ear, so we're not hunched on that arm. We're still engaged in lifting the chest. Take as big of a stretch to your right side with your right arm as you can. And we're asymmetrical beings. So this one might be tighter for you, or looser, or stronger. It's gonna be different. Allow that. Stretch yourself up as tall as you can. Maybe let your head drop back. And we're just gonna bring that right arm down, maybe towards your knee, and then up again. And just play with that a little bit. Exhale when you bring your arm down. Inhale when you float it up. I'm turning my head left and right as I move my arm. You don't have to do that, but just integrating more of your body where it feels appropriate. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Take one more. Hold that right arm up once you get it up there next time. Stretch it really, really long. And now start to scoot your left leg out a little wider. You can lean down onto that leg a little bit. Stretch up higher with that right arm. And now take that right arm down towards your left leg. A little bit lower the leg if you can. Turning my head, or just keep looking at your foot if that's easier for you. Down and up. Let's see if we can make this be more about rotating your spine than just swinging your arm. And are we breathing? Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Two more. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Last one, everybody. Down and up. And now the down one is the one you're going to stay there. You sort of turn and face your leg. Bring your right leg a little bit over so you can actually face your left leg. And then slide your hands down, either both hands on that left side, or maybe you need your right arm on your right thigh. See where you can go. Tuck your chin. Try to let your head hang, actually. Think just hanging freely. Not looking at your foot. Not holding the neck in any position. Just letting it dangle freely. And taking nice, deep, fluid breaths. Stay right where you are, feeling that stretch. We're taking one last extra long full breath. And then however you can get yourself upright. We'll go back to that straddle where you're on it's a plie if you've ever had a dance class. And yoga, this pose is actually called horse pose, like you're sitting on the saddle of a horse. Take your right arm, push against your right knee. So I'm just using my wrist to push that knee open. Then take a really good turn to the left and lean forward so that I'm using my right arm to push my right knee. And I'm also using my left arm to stabilize on my top of my thigh. So it's a nice deep twist. Just holding there. And we're just changing sides. So come up onto your right hand at your knee. Left arm goes to the elbow against the knee. Push it open. Turn and look over that right side. And you can lean forward a little bit for that so you can widen open that left inner thigh. Don't hold your breath. Also something to notice if you're clenching your toes or clenching your jaw. Those are little indications that maybe you're kind of jamming your body. If you can soften those, your whole body will soften into the pose. And now we'll stay with our hands. Choose the place where you can push against both legs as low as you can go and really start to lean forward. Lean forward so that your back is bowing in. Good. Keep the feet flat on the ground. Make sure you feel stable enough with your bum on your seat. Tuck your chin if you can. And just hold there breathing, widening open those thighs. This should feel nice. This should feel like a nice, good stretch for your spine, your inner thighs. Take one more breath. And then we're going to sit ourselves upright. So, going to create what we call a sequence, which means a series of movements. We'll practice them and then we'll keep adding on more movement and more movement. So the very first movement in the sequence is reaching the arms up over your head on an inhale. Good. We're going to reach forward, and if you can touch the ground, great, but if not, you don't have to. Just go as far forward as you can. Now, put your hands behind your head with your elbows out and sit up on an inhale. So that's the first series of the movements. We're going to do that a couple of times to practice. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, reach forward all the way. Inhale, put your hands on your head and start to sit up and get fully upright, finishing that exhale. Doing that again. Inhale up. Exhale, bow like you're just fanning forward. Inhale, put your hands on your head, and then exhale, sit yourself upright. We'll do it one more time and then we add on. Inhale up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, hands on your head. Exhale, sit up. Here's where we're going to add on. Inhale, drop your right elbow towards your right side. Exhale, come on up. Inhale, do the left. Exhale, come on up. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, twist to the left. Come on back to center. We're starting over. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, hands behind your head. Exhale, sit yourself upright. Inhale, drop. Exhale, up. Other side. Come on up. Take a twist. Back to center. Take a twist. Back to center. We're going to do add on a movement. Take your right leg and give it a kick and then put it down. And then your left leg, give it a kick and put it down. Starting over. Arms up. Inhale. Sweep forward. Exhale. Hands behind your head. Inhale. Exhale. Sit upright. Tip your right elbow down. Come back up. Tip your left elbow down. Come back up. Twist to your right. Come back up. Twist to your left. Come back to center. Kick your right leg. Put it down. Kick your left leg. Put it down. One more move to this, not for everybody, but if you can, put your hands on your thighs, stand up, and if you don't want to, just lean forward, and then come on back down. And that's the last part of the sequence. We'll do that a few more times from the very beginning. Everybody okay on their chair? Cool, let's do it. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hands behind your head, sit yourself upright. Try to flow with your breath. Looks amazing. Tilt your right elbow down, then back up to center. Tick your left elbow down, back up to center. Twist to the right, back to center. Twist to the left, back to center. Kick your right leg. Boom, give it a really good kick. And then the left one, boom, like you're kicking somebody. Hands on your thighs. Use your inhale to stand up. And then sit back down, grab your chair or put your hands on your knees as you wish. We're doing it a few more times. Up with those arms. Bow down. Try to find a flow of this. Hands behind your head. Come on up. So your body just follows that breath. Tilt right side. Come up. Tilt left side. Come on up. Twist right side. Back. Left side. Back. Big kick, right leg. Boom. Give it another one on the left. Boom. Hands on your thighs. Either lean forward or you're standing up. And then you're standing down. One full cycle through it again. We go. Arms up. Inhale. Bigger. Make the movements grander. Hands ahead. Widen your elbows as you stand up. Get your elbows wider, wider, wider. Side bend. More. Tip a little farther. Come back to center. Try a little farther. Back to center. Twisting to the right, back to center, twisting to the left, back to center. With some power, kick that right leg. With some power, kick that left one. Put your hands on your thighs, stand up, and then sit back down. Nice job, everyone. We're going to bring our feet back to the front. You can hold the bottom of your chair for a little bit of stability. We'll have the option to take our hands away if we want to, but just start by lifting and lowering your right knee like we're doing a really super slow hoedown, tapping your foot on the ground. Play with that. That's your hip flexor muscle moving. Try to keep your torso upright instead of letting your head bow forward. So you don't have to go high. Just find out what feels good for you. And you start to feel that fatigue happening in your hip flexor. So do one more and then do the left side. Just picking up the knee, up and down, up and down, up and down. Excellent. So if you're feeling comfortable and you don't need to be holding onto the chair, putting your hands on your hips makes you use a little bit more core to stabilize. Awesome. Next one, do one more and then now kicking your right leg. Just giving it a kick. Same right leg over and over. Right leg kicks and down. Kick and down, kick. Get a little fatigue. And then as you're getting comfortable with the movement, squeeze the muscle of your right thigh when you straighten that knee. So you just get instead of a fling, you're getting a little bit of an activation of your muscle engaging. Let's do 4 more, 3, 2, and get right ready to the left side when you're ready. Just easy on the first couple of goes. Just test the waters of your strength today, your flexibility, maybe your heart rate's getting a little bit up there. And then as you're feeling more confident and comfortable for a challenge, you squeeze. That's your mind. You got to squeeze your thigh like you want to put a little pressure against your foot. Squeeze it as that leg goes straight. 4 more, 3, 2, and then 1. Now take your right leg and lift it. Use your hands on this one. And we're just going to open and close the knee. Little range of motion. See how that feels? Maybe you just use one hand. You can hold the chair with your left. Let's go for 4 more of those. 3, 2. Keep your right knee lifted. Just lean back so your back is touching your chair and use your hands to pull this knee right up into your shoulder. So there's a pose called Happy Baby. We're going to do half of that pose. So with your right hand, if you can bring it on the inside of your right knee, and maybe you can reach your foot or you just hold onto your ankle. And I'm going to show you from the side what it looks like. You lift that knee so that you have a parallel shin to the ground, and I'm pulling my thigh back towards my shoulder. You can keep that, you can use that by holding your lower leg, but just kind of getting into that hip a little bit. See if you can hold that there. You know, when babies are laying on their back and then they hold on to one of their feet or both of their feet, that's where that pose comes from, happy baby pose. So one more breath here. And then you can use your left hand to help bring your right ankle to let it rest on top. So I feel a little awkward in my seat when I do that. So I move my left leg a little bit more so you can see my shin is more on a diagonal. That's just how it feels better in my hips. So you find the place where you can sit comfortably. And if this is just really awkward, I can't quite see if anyone's really all crammed up here. But if you are, you have the option to just cross your legs like a lady sitting up nice and tall. Let's grab that knee with your left hand, grab the chair back with your right hand and give yourself a little bit of a twist. That's going to be a little intense into that right hip. So be kind to yourself and just let that stretch happen. Take one more breath. And then we'll unwind from the twist right where you are. See if you can bring your chest towards your shin a little bit. You don't have to go very far, just to the point where you feel that side of your right hip getting the stretch. You're feeling that in your inner thigh or groin of your right side. It's not supposed to be painful. It's not supposed to be so intense that you're panting away. So finding your spot where you can slow down your breath and let your body stretch. You can't push and stretch at the same time. So it's finding your spot where you can relax and feel it. We'll hold here for a few breaths. This is a really good stretch. Try to do it every day. It's really great for your hips, your knee, your ankle, all of those leg joints. Stay there for 2 more breaths. See if you can slow those breaths down and really let your body relax, particularly on that exhale. One last breath. And then we're going to start to sit ourselves upright. Take your right leg and cross it like I demonstrated before. You might move your left leg a little bit more. So now we are sitting up cross-legged. And we'll take another twist. Use your left arm up against that thigh and turn to your right again. Twists are really good for our spine. It keeps it mobile. It also allows us to just get those muscles to stretch in those areas that support the spine. Helps with our posture, helps with our digestion. And then come on back out of that twist. Now here's something a little bit tricky, just follow along. Undo your legs. You're going to swing your knees, literally your whole body to the left so that you're turning sideways on your chair. My right butt cheek is starting to hang off the chair, but I'm holding onto my left with my left arm. Lean a little bit towards your chair back and see if you can drop your right knee down. So that's just either hanging or maybe your foot and you're getting a stretch in your hip flexor. Try to stand up tall up with your torso so that just that action is stretching that hip flexor. There might be a couple of you that if you can reach back, you can actually get your foot in your hand. Don't force that if you can't do that, but that's going to be a little more intense. But you're just letting your chest be lifted so the hip flexor and the quadricep of your right leg is getting a really great stretch. And I can't see you, I just see some heads, so I'm just hoping you're in a good spot, sitting as tall as you can. So regardless of whether you're holding your foot or you're just letting your knee drop down towards the ground, almost feel like you're leaning back with your chest. Nice deep breath there. And then if you have your foot, let it go. And we're going to do a variation of Warrior 2 on our chair. Your left leg stays more or less where it is. See if you can take your right leg and stretch it out. So you can see my foot is flat on the ground. The toes are angled in and my knee is open. So I've got this shape of my left knee bent, my right leg extended, and then the arms are out. This is called Warrior 2. Excellent. We're going to actually do this standing with our chair, but if you're not going to stand today, this is the pose for you. And when we get standing, we're going to go like this. Arms up, arms down, arms up, arms down. Nice. Inhale up. Press it down. One more time. Up. Press it down. Actually, we'll go up one more time And use your right hand to grab your left wrist and see if you can lean a little bit away. It's not going to be a big movement away from that front thigh. This would be called reverse warrior two. So nice, everyone. Good breath there. One, what I call a goodbye breath. And then just let your arms release. Use your hands any way you need to get yourself right back onto your chair. We're facing forward. See if I can remember all of that on the left side. I think I can. Grab the back of your left thigh, lift that knee, and we're just going to swing it open and close. Starting from the very beginning, letting the leg open and close. So just let go of what felt like on that right side, and we're going to let this left side be its own independent part of our body. If you don't need both hands, just hold the chair with your right one and use your left. Awesome. And then we'll bring that knee right up into the shoulder. You can lean back into your chair so you can get that knee a little bit higher. Take your left elbow inside your left knee and hold onto your leg a little bit lower. I'll turn sideways. Remember that happy baby pose? So if you're really slouching in your happy baby pose, hold a little higher up your leg and see if you can get your spine flat. And then you're trying to draw your knee back. Kind of like a bow and arrow if you can see it from the side. And just staying there, getting a really good stretch to the hip, right in this inner thigh. Hold on to the chair with your right arm so you feel stable enough to give a little pull to that left leg. Take a nice deep breath. And we're going to cross on top of that thigh, that left ankle. Adjust your right foot so it feels comfortable. If this is too much and you're feeling really bound, let your left thigh cross. But right now, this is called figure four. The number 4, you can go ahead and turn to the left, grab your knee with your right hand, find a little twist there. It's going to be a little tight, so be gentle. Just breathing. Take one more breath there. And then we're coming back to the center, keeping the legs where they are. Take your time, seeing where you can go, folding forward. Maybe you can get a little lower on this one. This might be a little bit more range of motion. Maybe this is your tight side. Just be grateful that you're here, moving your body, breathing breath into your lungs, allowing your body to get some benefits of your yoga practice. We get in our own way. So see if you can just be, let your body be instead of forcing it to do what you want it to do. Is your head hanging actually relaxed, or are you gripping your neck and your throat and your teeth? Are your shoulders relaxed? Are you gripping your toes? What can you soften? Take one more breath there. We'll sit upright. Slide the knee across so you're sitting cross-legged upright, and then taking that twist to the left again. You grab the back of your chair with your left hand. I'm using my forearm on my right side against that left thigh. Take a nice deep breath. Sit up tall, pull in your belly a little bit. That's going to protect your lower back because that engages the muscles. The muscles' job are to hug onto your bones. So engaging your lower belly will hug onto the spinal bones so you can twist safely. One last breath. And then we'll come out of the twist. Unwind from your bind of your legs. Here's where you're going to swing your knees to the right side of your chair. Lean into the chair back with your left side, with your right side, and then that right leg, that right hip is kind of hanging off the chair. See if you can drop your knee down. And then work your way more upright where your chest is lifted and your knee is just hanging. You know, we're all going to have different chairs. So your knee might not be touching the ground. Maybe your foot's on the ground. Maybe you can walk that foot up a little bit so you're able to catch your foot and hold it. Make sure you're holding your chair back so you're stable. And then lift your chest, whatever you have. Even if your foot is just hanging on the ground, you want to almost feel like you're leaning back so that hip flexor, your quadricep gets a really good stretch. Breathing into it. One more inhale. If you have your foot, you want to let it go. So we're going to Scooch that left leg out straight. So it's kind of on a diagonal, so I'm able to straighten the leg. You can see that the toes are angled in. So if you looked at your foot and your knee and your hip joint are all pointing in the same direction. Find a place on your chair that you feel comfortable, that you can really support yourself. And then we're opening up those arms, warrior two. In the classic variation of the pose, you're looking across the top of your right hand, your front hand. So this would be the right one. Let's add that little element of breath work with this. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the arms down. Couple more up. Bring it on down. Last time up. Sorry, second to last time. Last one up. Now you're going to grab that right wrist, just the slightest of pulling to your left, leaning slightly away, reverse warrior two. So you're pulling your right wrist to the left. One last breath here. Beautiful job, everybody. Carefully release your arms. Help yourself out of this pose with your legs. Now we're going to stand up. So if you're not standing up, you're going to stay seated, and you'll take that very same warrior two that we just did with your left foot pointing forward. So the left foot is going to point towards the chair, the side of your chair. Hold on to that chair and walk your right foot back. So here we are standing with the pose. If this feels uncomfortable to you, unsafe, sit your butt down and do exactly what we just did, where you're on your butt with your legs in this position. I'm going to keep holding the chair with my right arm, my left arm. You're welcome to do it with your arms extended if you feel comfortable with that. But all we're going to do is what we did before, raising one or both arms up and down, up and down. Inhale up, inhale down. Two more, up and down. Last one, up and down. Now see if you can bend your left knee a little bit deeper. If it's bumping your chair, move your right foot back a little bit. And then now just straightening your left knee and then rebending it. If your right arm is starting to get tired, you can put it on your hip. But holding, believe it or not, holding that arm out in space is using muscles. So you get a little definition in your arms if you hold that arm out. Let's take two more. One up, one down, last one up, last one down. See if you can bend just a little bit deeper into that front knee. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Excellent. You can straighten your leg. Take your time getting your feet back together so you can do a little step of your right foot up. Walk around to the back of your chair so you're facing, holding the back of your chair. I'll turn sideways so you can see. We'll do a little down dog in the middle there. So holding the back of your chair, stepping back. If you are seated and you're not standing, you're just going to bow over your legs. Take a forward fold. You can separate your knees a little wide like we did earlier and drop down between your legs. Same more or less thing. So nice flat back, little bend in my knees, trying to get the arms to extend, trying to get maybe horizontal. So if you looked at your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, your back, your bum, it's horizontal perfectly. And just breathe there. Amazing stretch. Another one. Try to do it every day. Just get into that spine. Get you a little bit upside down. That's good for your nervous system. Take another deep breath. See if you can soften. Maybe you can get your hips to push back a little bit more. And then look at your chair back. Walk yourself up. If you're seated, you're just going to pull yourself upright. Let's try getting into a warrior two on the second side. So you're going to come around on the left side of your chair. Take your left foot, your right foot is pointing straight at the chair. You're going to walk that left foot back so you can keep your left leg straight. Your toes are angled in. Remember, ankle, knee, and hip are all pointing in this diagonal direction. This knee is pointing straight at your chair. You're holding that chair back. If you can, you'll extend that left arm straight back. If you rather, you put it on your hip. And then we're just going to go arms up, arm down, arm up. I like it. Try to focus on expressing instead of just swinging. So I'm turning my palm down when it goes down. I'm turning my palm up when it goes up. So I'm actively moving my arm muscles up and down. Beautiful. Take one more. And then hold that arm right where it is. If it's getting tired, put it on your hip. Here we go. Straighten your front knee, bend your front knee. Straighten your front knee, bend it. That's it. 4 more of those. And then instead of just straightening it, squeeze that muscle of your thigh. So you're getting a little bonus. 3 more. 2 more. Here's our last one. Holding that warrior 2, maybe you can bend it a little bit deeper. If you're feeling confident, maybe you're able to take your arm off and look across that palm. Take a nice deep breath. Stay there. It looks good from what I can see. Excellent, everybody. Slowly let yourself come out of the pose. So little step of the left foot up might be needed. Yeah, great job. Walk around to the back of your chair. Let's get us one more down dog in here. Stepping back. Letting your hips drop back, letting your head drop in, little soft bend of the knees, deep full breath. Two more full breaths in and out. Final breath, make it really deep and full. Look at your chair, keep those knees bent, walk on up to it, get yourself upright, and we'll have a seat where we'll finish up our class, just a little bit more movement. All about the spine here today. So once you get seated, we're just gonna take one more little flow, just twisting and side bending. So sit up nice and tall, drop your shoulders, nice long neck, belly muscles engaged, feet planted. Just gonna keep it moving. So arms go up on an inhale, side bend to your right on the exhale. Arms go up on an inhale, side bend on the left. Stuff we've already done. Inhale up. We're gonna twist now. Grab your chair and grab your leg with your left arm. Then on the inhale, it comes up. So it's not a holding movement. Take it to the left. Come on up. We're repeating the whole thing. Right arm down, side bend. Inhale it up. Left arm down, side bend. Inhale it up. Twist to your right. That's an exhale. Lift those arms on the inhale. Twist to the left, exhale. Arms up on the inhale. One more time through. Right arm down, exhale. Bring it on up, inhale. Left one down, exhale. Bring it on up. Twist it for the last time here today. Bring those arms over your head. Twist it to the left. Bring them on up overhead. Stay right where you are. Make a nice big cactus arm. And then lean back, lift your heart, really open up your chest. Big, huge breath. Stretch your arms straight out wide, like you're just gonna swan dive. And then we're gonna bring our palms back to our heart. Namaste.